Hello, this is Keith Crows. I've always been interested in the intersection of science and spirituality. And many scientists would have you believe that there is no such thing, that if there is spirituality, it's a manifestation of faith and really can't be moving a needle or being measured on any lab equipment, etc. But a Pew survey shows that a slight majority of scientists, 51%, believe either in God or a universal spirit or a higher power. And so the majority of scientists actually will acknowledge that kind of a belief. That's compared to about 83% of the general public. I think that's interesting, mainly because there's a lot more evidence for spiritual powers and human attributes above and beyond the ability of science to offer an explanation than science would have you believe. And you can get a taste of that in a book called The Irreducible Mind by Edward Kelly et al. The same authors followed up with a book a couple years ago called Beyond Physicalism. And these books delve into over 100 years of evidence, really good evidence of powers such as ESP and telekinesis, remote viewing, and ghosts, the existence of consciousness outside and above and distinct from the dead matter of the human brain. The human brain is just the elements. We know what they are. We know what those atoms and the molecules are. And where's the life there? The fact is, consciousness exists beyond the human brain, and science has proven it. If you're a scientist and you don't believe that, read those books and perhaps you'll be convinced, because there's an overwhelming amount of evidence for this, and not necessarily spirituality, but for attributes, human talents, skills beyond the ability of science to explain. And certainly, to me, that's not much different than saying, yes, there's a God, there's a higher power. There are powers that we can't measure in the laboratory. So the fact is, we can measure them in many different ways. They have been measured in many different ways. It's just not something that mainstream science acknowledges. So think about those books, The Irreducible Mind and Beyond Physicalism. And I've got a blog post on that also called, I'll put the link down below, but it's called Scientists Believe in God as Stupidly as Anyone Else. So thank you for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy. Bye.